Hi there, and thank you for choosing me from, from so many other good alternatives. I'm here trying to shrink 59 years of my life to something that will make sense in 12 minutes or so. So whoever knows about Ammunition Hill, and I see some familiar faces of good friends, maybe I'll take it. 59 years of Ammunition Hill is 59 years of my life. And I brought some bravery in my pockets to share with you guys. And indeed, 58 years ago, 120 paratroopers armed to the teeth stormed into Ammunition Hill, where I work on a daily basis. And against all odds, outnumbered, with no artillery support, no aerial support, these brave soldiers created nothing less than a miracle. And because of their achievements, the government of Israel decided to seize the moment and 24 hours afterwards to send one platoon commanding officer to blast open the Lion's Gate, and the rest is history. They were brave. They were bold, they were amazing. It's part of the legacy I'm sharing on a daily basis. But I brought some bravery in my pockets to share with you guys because it's not only their story, it's our story. And in order to understand to the full extent the story I brought with me, try to shrink me from the size of a 59-year-old man who's going to talk to you about bravery and leadership and courage and commitment to the size of a 5-year-old child that was running in the maze of trenches of Ammunition Hill trying to find himself, his bravery, his commitment. And I was angry with my brave father because he left me for the sake of Israel, for his friends, for the Red Berets, for Jerusalem. I couldn't care less. The story that we share on a daily basis, the story that we are all connected to, is the story of a peace-loving nation. We do not breed our youngsters to become martyrs. And the naive, egoistic questions I posed all through my life as a child, as a lad, as a soldier, the result was to make peace with my father because he was part of a volunteering unit. He had a choice and he chose the nation over me and my father. He was a reservist. He was 32 years of age, carpenter, the love of the life of my mother, and a proud father to a 10-month baby when he had to make the ultimate choice. And the child that stands in front of you, the only thing I remember was a child so vividly, was that every other month another daddy came to brag about his amazing career in front of my classmates. And I saw his daughter looking at her father from the desk, feeling so proud. And I envied them all. Why do they have fathers? Taken for granted that I do not have a father. And this is what I do here today, trying to make sense, try to let you understand that the story is way much more profound and deep than a soldier storming into Ammunition Hill and making that sacrifice. And the segment in my life that I want to share with you that will make sense to you is a time my mother decided that Alonchik is old enough to go to the cemetery in Mount Herzl to see the grave of his father for the first time. It was tough. It was so tough to see people crying over a tombstone where it was written, Captain Rami Wald, 32 years of age, son of Tzila and Jacob. I remember coming to our home back from Jerusalem. I was overwhelmed. I said to my mother, please, mommy, tell me who took Abba. Why did he go? I know he was brave. I know how he was killed. But I want to belong. I want to know that he loved me, that he had no other choice. And she told me. She told me that 2 weeks before the Six-Day War started, people of Israel were terrified. A coalition of the Arab nation was supposed to finish whatever Hitler could not have achieved, to throw us to the sea. You have limited time, Jews. Flee from Palestine, they said to us. I was terrified, she said to me. But I was even more afraid than the others. We dug trenches in front of our homes in the city of Rishon LeZion and Kfar Saba. But I know your father will be taken. And after a horrible 2 weeks of preparations, the knock came to our doorstep. The same knock that came to hundreds of thousands of families the past 2 years, reminding our men, our husbands, that we also have another profession. Infantry soldier, tank commanding officer. And your father opens the door and he sees his friends. And they are saying to him in very short manner, Rami, take your stuff, come with us. Because he was also the combat engineer specialist of the 55th Brigade. And your father vanishes, she says to the little me, into the bedroom and comes after 5 minutes with the camouflage uniforms of the paratroopers. Your father looks amazing, intact, huge, nobody can harm this big, brave guy. And she tried to explain to me, I'm shaking by the doorstep like so many other wives did all through the 78 years of our existence. His friends are eager to leave for the next address and your father is looking for you. I do not remember anything. I was 10 months. I was out of the equation. Your father picks you up from the floor, sniffs your head like he loved to do from whenever you were born. You guys do it. I love to sniff baby's head whenever I see one. This is holiness. And he approaches toward your grandfather, trying to stall every minute from the last minutes. He didn't know it's really the last minutes with us. Very meaningful gaze between the eyes. Sorry for choosing you of these two men. God, my son, he gave you to your grandfather, and he wanted to leave. And then my mother did something, you guys, that belong to today, not to 58 years ago. Today is everything is selfies. Everything, you take photos of everything you see. Then it was not like this. I don't know what motivated my mother to do it, but she rushed to the bedroom, ordering my father, wait a minute, hold the lawn chick. And she comes back with the useless black camera, Canon RMA1, I have until today. With shaking fingers, she says to me, I'm loading the film, hold the lawn chick. Click. You guys, this is the last photo I have for my father. And what does it allows me to share with you guys so many thousands of miles from home? Only to brag about how handsome and big and strong was my father. Forget it. It's not enough for me. It cannot be enough for you guys. If you really want to understand how do we win against all odds, time and again, 78 years in Israel, so many campaigns and operations and rockets and kidnapping of the best of our soldiers and men and kids and women, this is the moment. First and foremost, he was my father. He didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay. He had a career, he had a wife, a son. And 2 weeks afterwards, he boldly led the troops into Ammunition Hill, becoming part of history. And the little child that stands in front of you wanted to know one thing. Did he think of me? Was I an asset on his shoulder? A liability? He's not around to ask anymore. But today, after asking all the tough questions I had to ask, his friends who literally adopted me and a whole generation of the orphans of the 6-day war, I know that when he left me and sniffed my head for the last time, he was utterly convinced he's saving my life and the life of the people of Israel. It will never be taken for granted. If you really want to look for resilience and bravery and leadership and courage and commitment to your friends and to your nation, this is it. The geographical and mental distances in Israel between the front line, Gaza, Lebanon, Judea and Samaria, and the families hardly exist. We are all engaged. And I love my father. And I know my father so much well than other kids had daddy taken for granted, because I wanted to know the other 99% of his life. And this is your life. And if you think that you guys, men, women, old, young, are different than him, he is not a god upon earth. He's not a machine of war, neither one of all the other brave people of Israel. He was a human being. And the other 99% meant so much because he brought to Ammunition Hill his gear and helmet and vest and rifle, but he brought in his guts everything you have in your guts. Mother and father home, the history of your ancestors, shul, youth movement, college. It must mean something. And in Israel, it means the world, because time and again, we are all engaged. So thank you for coming to this place to study about the facts of Israel. JNF keep on saying that they are your voice in Israel. You guys, you are our voice in the United States. Study the facts. Go through each and every one of the desks here and see the beauty and the mighty of Israel. It's not only about triumph and bravery. It's about commitment. And every one of us, every one of you has a part in it. So thank you so much for listening to me. I am proud to be here, breaking my teeth in English. And do come to Ammunition Hill to see where does bravery come from, really. Thank you.